Moving on to verse 7 through 9. So we see Asaph ask 6 questions. Will the Lord reject forever? Will he never show his favor again? Has his unfailing love vanished forever? Has his promise failed for all time? Has God forgotten to be merciful? Has he in anger withheld his compassion? These are some bold statements and questions, right? And initially, when I first read this about a year ago, I was at a previous job, and I was hitting burnout after burnout. I was hitting wall after wall. I was dragging. I didn't enjoy things that I once did, and I was in that season. I was in that season where I really was asking myself, am I depressed? At that point, my 24 years, I'd never really reached that low point. And it runs in my family, and I really started wondering, like, is this on me, or is this my situation? What is it? God, I need you to show up. But when I first read this, my eyes were open, and I thought to myself, shouldn't the Bible kind of hide this negative stuff? If I'm God and I'm allowing my word to be written down, do I want people questioning me? In my world, in my universe, where I spoke everything into existence, do I really want it written down that they're questioning me? And Asaph questions God's approval. He questions his favor, his love, his promises, his mercy, and his compassion. And the thing is, there's no such evidence for these claims. Our feelings are not always truthful. And in this deep, dark depression, Asaph is merely running on feelings and emotions. In fact, let me humor you. So with each 6 of those questions, you got to remember, Asaph would have known the entire Torah, which is the Old Testament to that point. So he didn't have any New Testament written down for him to study. So there's 6 Old Testament verses that literally combat these questions that he would have known to begin with. So the first question, will the Lord reject forever? Job 8:20, God does not reject the blameless. Question number 2, will he never show his favor again? Earlier in the Psalm 30, verse 5, God's favor lasts a lifetime. Question number 3, has his unfailing love vanished forever? Exodus 34:6, God is filled with unfailing love. Question number 4, has his promise failed for all time? Joshua 21:45, none of God's promises fail, and each one of them is fulfilled. The last 2, question number 5, has God forgotten to be merciful? Lamentations 3:22 says, God's mercies never come to an end. And lastly, has he in anger withheld his compassion? Isaiah 30, verse 18, God will rise up to show you compassion. Isn't that crazy? Literally, Asaph would have known the entire Old Testament as a worship leader in King David's court before the Ark of the Covenant. Again, this is not some average worship leader that looks really cool and sings well but doesn't know his Bible. He would have had memorized these verses, and yet on his emotions he questioned the very things he knew to be true. There's literally, each verse combats that. And so when we're running on pure emotion, a lot of times we don't have much logic.